she got a job, like, well, her job, like, got back to her, but this, I forgot what site exactly, but it's like a kind of like a position for like writer and like editor for like a few different types of like websites that do a similar kind of thing. So I was kind of like there, and like we were like talking about different things. So she has to write like a prompt for like to apply. So yeah. So
What website?
and also it was her birthday like weekend, so I kind of like stayed and we hung out there. So that was nice.
Did you
Hmm.
get? How is that message from our old friend Alex?
From hmm?
How is there? How is the message from Alex?
From
Did you?
Alex.
Alex.
Wait, a message? Did I receive it? I'm bugging out right now, dude. Hold up.
Yeah, you got it. I told you, showed it to her. I was just wondering any more further thoughts on
Oh.
it.
Yeah, I did show it to her. Yeah, she did like it. She thought it was actually very sweet.
He was, it was sweet.
Yeah, no, she did. Even though the ramblings got to me immediately after I pressed play. You know.
We, he had a hard time getting a message to me.
Hmm?
He had a hard time getting that message.
Really? Oh wow. Did both personalities in your head not? Is there like a different? Is it not easy to communicate? Or okay, great. Yeah,
He might pop up again, but
I
we're
hope
not
not.
doing that today. What are we doing today?
We're doing the potentially sitcom kind of a situation going on, or you said sitcom, but something else as well.
It was, well, I had three options, which are all going to be okay. Welcome, but I didn't say welcome to the show, but welcome. But if you're already listening, you get it.
Yeah.
It was going to be, yeah. What we are going to work on was either, well, it was going to be a sitcom, but then I was like, well, what about maybe better off to start with a sketch. And I was like, I mean, the writing I've been mostly consuming and like media has all been like serious dramatic works of art
Yeah.
that's as pretentiously like removing as much potential as possible. I was like, I was looking at, like I mentioned to you, doing a plan like David Dinkins, basically
Mhm.
losing to Giuliani in
In
92.
what, in the 90s?
Yeah, well, the whole pitch is like Dinkins is like the classic liberal
Yeah.
of like he's like a liberal, like the total just, yeah, I'm just a really nice guy. I mean, again, there's more to him which I learned
Mhm.
about, but
Would you say Dinkins is kind of like sort of like Al Gore in that way, where he's like,
yeah, I'm just kind of nice. I mean, again, there's a lot more to him, but he's like the ultimate example of like liberal ideology sort of losing to just a meaner, more robust conservative, and that's what happened
hmm,
in 92. And I was like, oh, isn't that kind of just kind of what happened the past few years in our country?
hmm.
So like
Yeah,
they said like that, huh?
yeah, I was like, yeah, no, I was agreeing.
They said, well, oh, you agreeing with me?
Mhm. I was like, you said, isn't that what happened in the past few years? And I
Right. I
think
mean,
that,
that's kind
yeah,
of the arc of the past since what 2015 was.
yeah,
And the idea was I wanted to sort of, I've been writing these like 10-page plays of these really grand ideas, or trying to anyway. And I was like, oh, well, let's work on one on air. Just like, I think that reflects more my writing interest lately anyway.
hmm,
More than like, again, because our last three episodes are all Hollywood stuff. And
yeah, for
my
sure.
whole thing the past year has been, I don't know if I like Hollywood stuff anymore.
Hmm.
But
Yeah, and you're trying to crack back at it, which is yeah.
with what?
With the, like right, like with like the first few episodes, so it's kind of like
Well,
experimenting with it.
it's because I know those were the stuff I wanted to do since I like if you told me when I was 12, what do you think of what do you want to write one day? It's like, oh, I'd love to write like I did like a Iron Man is cool, right? So
Mhm.
I got to do it with you and Devin and then me and Billy, which is he was great. I know I told you that
Mhm.
off here, but on air,
Mhm.
the Billy episode was great. I didn't know he was into D&D. I had no idea.
Yeah, he is. He is. He is.
Like hardcore nerdly
Billy
nerd.
is a nerd, yo.
I
Billy,
had no
Billy.
idea.
Yeah, yo. Yeah. I mean, Me and Billy, obviously, we go way back, and we always like, we always bonded over that sort of stuff. So it was nice to, yeah, it's cool. It's cool that you guys did that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you for not like, because I was like, he's also a very psychotically busy guy,
Hmm.
and
He juggles a lot. He's actually quite. I don't know how he does it. I really don't. He had like 4 jobs at a time, or has during
I don't know how he does it either. And it's like, so when he was like, yeah, I could do it Thursday. I'm like, let me contact Jared 1 second.
the. Hmm.
So we
No,
got
no, don't even trip, bro. Don't even trip. This is worth it.
yeah, no, it was.
Mhm.
But
How,
yeah,
how you
so the
like being upstate right now? Well, it's not really upstate, but out of the city. It's not upstate, but
old purchase debate.
outside of, huh?
The old purchase debate.
Yeah, exactly.
It's yeah, the background again, the audience never
True though. It's not just purchase debate though. New York City, people in New
I
York City
didn't
say,
know
well,
about this debate until purchase. I wasn't informed that this was an issue.
um, I've heard of it for kind of, I feel like around the same time, college years, and it's like, I just think it's generally like, I don't want to say it's not ignorance, but it's almost willful ignorance at that point because they know they're wrong. They're just like, no. Anything north is upstate. It's up the state. And I'm like, no. But that doesn't. You see how like that doesn't really make any sense, right? Because like you're literally at the lowest point. You know what I mean? So it's just like it's not. It is up the state, but that doesn't make it like northern. Like you just say like, okay, there's the Hudson Valley region. Then anything past of like I feel like anything, if you say anything below Poughkeepsie is upstate, you're incorrect. Then anything north of
That's
Poughkeepsie
probably true.
is like, okay, like I get it. But like anything north of Albany, that's like, yes, that's upstate. You know? I feel like
Yeah, you ever go to Albany?
yes, I have a few
What
times.
for?
I visited friends. I have some friends that like live in Albany. And, what else? No, really, the only time I've like really been to Albany was just yeah, visit my friends in school, and one friend is like from Albany, so like sometimes we'd stay with
Which
him.
friend?
Well, my friend Lewinsky went to,
Yeah, that's why I know Lewinsky, I think. I know he's
oh, he
famous.
went to Auburn University, and then a friend from Buffalo State. He's from a small town like right outside of Albany. So
Yeah, one of my cousins goes to Albany. It's apparently the party school.
it is it's a big party school. Yeah, that's right here. And I went to a party once there or place. It's the same thing, kind of like fratty. It was like a frat. There was like I think it was like a Southeast Asian frat.
A
Um,
word?
and I think so, or I think this is my friend Carl told me. Maybe it wasn't. It was just, I don't know. But anyway, that was just really beside the point. I just remember I was there. I was like really like under the influence, and then I didn't want to. Me and my friend Lewinsky were just like leaning up against the wall, and then just a dancing circle to open up right in front of us, and people started break dancing, and I'm like, I need to go home because I don't think I can
You can't
handle all
break
those people.
dance.
Yeah, I can't dance. I can't do
I can't
anything.
either. No, I got
No, it's
involved in it.
embarrassing too.
Yeah,
You know
no,
what I mean?
I got involved in a dancing incident with Tyler. I'll
Mhm.
tell you the story, but they
Dancing
tried to.
incident with Tyler?
Yeah, it's a whole story. I might tell you after we get to writing, but yeah, they try to get me to dance. I did my best. I'm not gonna be that guy like, oh, I'm not gonna have fun. No
Hmm.
fun for me.
Hmm.
But yeah, no, they try to get me to break dance. It's like, no. You don't want to see that. Like it's
Yeah,
you like
100%.
you think you do.
You think you do until you see it, and then you get that secondhand
Oh,
cringe.
that was embarrassing. Yeah.
I know exactly. Yeah, it's all right. I feel you. No worries.
Fuck that.
It's cool. It's not like I don't like. I think dancing is awesome. I'd love to know how to dance. You know what I
But
mean?
you don't,
I,
so don't pretend. You're not gonna.
exactly. Why would I just sit here and be like, like the only thing I know how to do is like moonwalk. But like, who would go out and like at a club and just like start moonwalking? That's like the only thing you do. You know,
That's like how
that's like
soon they find out that's your one move.
that's the default dance move.
Yeah.
It's literally
Is it hard to do? I don't know if it's hard to do.
kind of. I remember like it took me. I started doing it like what? Yeah, when like Michael Jackson died, I was like, well, that was a good time. It was in 2009, and then I would like practice, I guess. But the hard part is like the one foot is up, But you don't move the foot that's up like that. You move the foot that's flat, and you slide
Right.
it back, and then you switch, and then you slide that foot, and then it goes back and forth. And yeah,
Right.
but
My eighth grade prom, we had someone who danced a bit like that.
like Michael Jackson,
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
does it?
Yeah,
That's so.
his name was
Also, you
Ati.
had an eighth grade prom.
Huh?
You had an eighth grade prom.
Yeah, I think yeah. Which again, I have better memories of than my 12th grade one, which is
Mm.
unfortunate because like all my uncles, like my both of my uncles pulled up, and it was like, guys, this is not going to be fun for me. You're making, it's like it's
Mhm.
you're making it an event that I'm not going to, it wasn't torturous, but it was kind of empty,
Mhm.
which it's its own story. But yeah, no, I'm having fun upstate. This is
Mhm.
the first year I'm back in the football, so it made sense to kind of come up for the.
Yeah, we're
What do you got?
I don't know. I don't think I have anybody. I like both. I mean, it's not like I don't really know, but I guess it would be cool to see the Bengals win. But also, I was thinking about it like from a pure city standpoint. Like, would I rather live in Cincinnati or would I rather live in LA? I'd much rather live in LA, but also Joe Burrow has all this hype around him. And I saw something that said like he'd be the first quarterback to, I think like win. Did he win the Heisman?
Won the
He
Heisman.
won
I
the
didn't
Heisman. He
know that.
won
No, I didn't know
MVP.
that.
He won MVP, and he might be the first quarterback to win the Heisman, MVP, and
Well,
the
it was
Super Bowl
national
year.
championship Heisman,
That's what it
and
was. Okay.
I don't think he hasn't won the MVP. I get that. Will be coming
Okay. Right. So
that
it was
one
the end of
day.
okay. Thank you for the credit. I just remember seeing that. I'm like, oh, that could be cool. And he
And
seems like a cool dude. You know what I mean? He seems
yeah,
like
and
a
even
friendly
if he
guy.
doesn't get it this year, he'll
Yeah.
probably again
Yeah.
unless he dark joke, but unless he gets Joe Theismann.
Jo- Joe Seisman? Is that
Joe
unless he gets
Theismann.
a career-ending injury? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, guy. I don't think. I mean, that's a very rare thing, but no, he should be a top player for like years to come.
Yeah, exactly.
I hope I
And
didn't
it's
jinx
funny.
him Carson Palmer style because he didn't. Well, I also don't think Carson Palmer was ever as dominant as Joe Burrow. If you know your football history.
Yeah. Well, Joe. Well, I guess we shall see. Well,
Well,
yeah.
because
The
he could be one of
oh,
those quarterbacks that flames out after a few years, but I don't know. That he feels kind of special. But that could just be the hype.
that could be
But
the hype, man. That's what I'm
I'd
saying.
rather it
Not in
not
a
be.
bad way. I'm not like wishing that upon him, but
Yeah.
I think it's fun. Yeah, but he has a long career ahead of him because he's like what? I think he's younger than us, or like
Isn't
our
that
age.
wild to see guys
Yeah,
playing that are like, I'm
I
older than you by
know.
like a few years too. Like I'm
Mhm.
literally, you're like 21, like some of
Yeah,
these guys.
exactly. And that
Huh?
somebody offer you some snacks, some food,
No, the opposite.
make sure you fill up. But I was just saying, he does have a long like career ahead of him, and I think it's funny because I compare quarterbacks to goalkeepers in soccer because they both are like they last like the longest. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like they end up
yeah,
retiring like mad. They like I don't know, like what? Didn't Tom Brady's like 40?
yeah, because they take the least abuse.
Exactly. They really do. Unless if your offensive line is like
Then you take a
really
lot of
bad,
abuse.
then you take a lot of abuse. There's
I
like
was
no in between. Hmm?
I was watching what's it called? What was I watching? Oh well, all the games, and I
Mhm.
was imagining. I asked if one of Tyler's friends this question, like how long? All right, so let's say you get thrown in an NFL game and you're the quarterback.
Yeah.
How many what's it called? Uh how many plays can you get through? I'm trying to remember. How many plays can you get through before you go, all right, fuck this. I'm gonna run. You run the other direction with the ball.
Mm. With the
Like
okay.
with a
Hmm.
terrible offensive line, how many hits can you
Oh,
take?
with the terrible offensive line.
Terrible offensive
And this
line.
is,
You're getting hit
I
every
mean,
play.
I'm an adult, so I'm assuming I'm playing other adults that are
You're
like
playing
built
other adult.
for.
You're playing in the NFL.
Oh, and so in the NFL, okay.
How many hits can you take before you just
One,
done?
oh, because they're relentless.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think I would die. I probably too. Honestly, I think I'm pretty like crap. Like I've like played sports like throughout my life. You know what I mean? I think I'm pretty crafty. But not to the point where I'd be a professional at it. So I think maybe two plays. I'd get hit once and then be like, okay, let's just fucking honestly no. You know what I do? I'd have to. I don't know. I'd get rid of the ball maybe. So if they hit me, then they get penalized.
Yeah,
Then they
no,
hit
rough from the
you
past.
know, roughing the passer or whatever. So I don't know, man. Probably two times, two or three. I don't think you know that shit sucks, man. That shit fucking blows. Those
That's
are
what I would say. I think I
those guys would break something of mine. You
Yeah,
know.
and then but the deal is because remember the deal is basically if you give up, you have to basically take the ball and run the other direction.
Well, but that's embarrassing. That's so
Exactly. So it's like how many? What? It's the hard choice. What do you do?
honestly, you know what I think I'm gonna do? I think I'm just gonna because if the offensive line sucks, then what am I supposed to do? So
Just take.
I'm just gonna do a bunch of trick plays. I'm gonna be like, all right.
I guess
As
it's
soon as I get the ball, I'm like tossing it to you. You know what I mean? But just so because there's like probably like about like a 5 or 6 because if my offensive line is horrible, there's like a 5 or 6 seconds like gap where like they're holding him and then obviously they shit the bed and then somebody's running towards me. So if I can just within that 3 second window, if I can just move maybe I'll do a lot of running. Maybe I'll have rely on my running back. That's what I will say. I just bang. But if they hit me like more than twice, I think I'm out. I think I'm gonna have to Forrest Gump. Yeah.
and then and you'd have to again do the whole unless you fake an injury, which is worse because then it's
No,
like
Paul, if they hit, I think, or maybe I'll just keep on going until they actually injure me. I'll be like, you
oh
know what?
no, to avoid the embarrassment of you.
To avoid the embarrassment. Yeah.
Oh, I
It's
just
just
thought
like,
that was just running in your own ends. Because I think that's a safety.
mm, yeah, no, exactly. This is true. No,
I just thought that anthem, which was funny.
no, it is funny.
Upstate's fun though, so we'll see who wins tonight. Talk is out of the way.
Mhm,
Congrats.
mhm.
Yeah, we're gonna do a sitcom, man. We're gonna see how long. We'll see what we can. Let me pull up a document. Nope. Um, let's see here. Uh, well, how do we begin? Well, yeah, I guess the pitch for the show is, and again, I think this is the earliest we've begun actually writing.
Hmm.
Um, so basically, how do I put it? My pitch was open. My pitch has been. I had the idea. I forget when. It's probably too loose to even be called like an idea. The pitch is
Mhm.
just it's just doing Friends but realistic, and that's it.
Trends are realistic.
Or Seinfeld, or any of those like shows
Mhm.
about being in your mid 20s or late. I guess those characters are actually late 20s.
They're around like their 30s, right? Or late 20s,
Well, the
early 30s.
shows they all start. Well, I think Seinfeld starts
Oh,
in the early 30s, but Friends was mid 20s.
mm. Ah,
Um,
okay.
but I do think it's a late 20s, maybe even a little. Let me actually look up what how old Ross was.
Interesting.
Well, I wasn't doing that. Let me do this 1 second.
Yeah, no problem. I'm guessing late 20s, maybe. But
Well,
who
what are
knows?
some of your, as I'm doing this, what are some of your all-time favorite sitcoms?
Ooh. Um, like three camera setup sitcoms. Do you have
Any,
any
well,
like
I guess any comedy, because I think ultimately TV comedy, I think it's hard for it not to be a sitcom. Unless it's like a serialized story where it's like you're following one story. I think at some point you end up falling
Mhm.
back on just here's funny things happening with these characters.
Yeah, that's true. I think I always like when I was younger, I liked watching Family Matters and stuff like that, like Fresh Prince, stuff like that. Those are like pretty classic. Sitcoms.
So let me actually get down
Uh,
some. Okay, let me actually get this stuff down. Family Matters. What else?
yeah, it's Prince. I also really liked Everybody Hates Chris, but I don't know if that's not when I said three camera setup. You know what I mean? When you think sitcom, it's like, oh, very obviously like in a studio
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like
I'm not. When I call it sitcom, I'm not thinking format. I mean, I'm not thinking of format that hardcore. 'Cause, yeah, it's like All in the Family. How I Met Your Mother. Um, what else? Oh God.
I said
Uh,
that Everybody Hates Chris, I think, is one that I really enjoyed.
yeah,
It's
yeah. That's
very,
single camera.
yeah, that is single. So you are looking for the triple
I,
camera thing.
look, if I had to pick, I don't because I don't think again if we're doing Hollywood, well, all right, because the pitch of why you do a sitcom, I think that's the most durable Hollywood form.
The most what Hollywood form? Sorry, I missed that word.
Uh, Durable,
Durable. Okay.
as in it's eternal. Like it's
Hmm.
always
Yeah,
like
yeah, I got
there's
you.
no sort of storytelling format
Hmm.
that fits television more than I think the sitcom.
Hmm.
You think that's true?
Um, like, and it's like long durable, and it's like a longevity of like staying in the air, staying on the air, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
No, because sitcoms get canceled. I feel like soap operas, they really like.
That's not even TV to me though. My mother
I
watches.
know, but it's
Dude,
on
that's not TV. That's like what I don't know what that
The
is.
Young and the Restless from like 50 years. They're not, you know what I mean? It's like, or Grey's. How long is Grey's Anatomy been on the air? That's not a soap opera, but like that's like a
It's
drama.
soap opera-ish, but it's not like a soap opera. That's like
Law
a
and
very
Order.
specific thing.
You know what I mean? Those shows, I guess those were literally built for like longevity.
Well,
Whereas
that's old. It's the sort of television our generation doesn't like anymore.
yeah, that is true. That's
Isn't
a
that
good
weird?
point. Yeah, I did like Special Victims Unit. You know
Yeah,
what I
I
mean?
think that's the one. If there was a show that transcends that, I think
Mm-hmm.
that one comes the closest. But there's still like, oh,
Uh-oh.
that's my father making food.
That's surprising. There does it. Oh, there it is. Bang. A. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, there.
Oh, uh,
Well, while that's going on, I have to get something from my room. Like I have to get my charger.
yep, go
So,
ahead.
Jared, regale the audience with something because I don't want to
Go
pause it because I don't know what happens if I pause it.
This is
Uh,
uncharted territory. Go ahead.
actually,
Exactly.
yeah, Jared, tell the audience something. I'll be right back.
Okay, sure. Yes. Okay. Hello, everyone. Not expecting this. Okay. Let's see. Yesterday was 60 degrees, but it was like breezy, and my friends and I went to the High Line. It's funny because my girlfriend and her friend and her boyfriend, we all went to the High Line together, and it's funny because they visited us, but they both have been there, and we like live here and we haven't lived. When I say here, I mean the city, New York City. So it's like I don't know. I just thought that was funny. We had a good time. It was windy though, but it was still 60, and now it's snowing. So I just thought that was really funny. But so uh, that weather chat, it's weird because like I feel like when people say like talk about chit chat, like talk about the weather. I'm like, nah, I'm more interesting than that. And this proves that I'm not. Oh my God, look at that.
Oh, we still got the alarm going. I wonder how much the
Yeah.
audience. What if we lose like all our viewers right now?
Dude, what, all four of them? All,
Like,
all of them are gonna.
I was
Yeah,
watching
I
a
got you. I got you.
podcast and then I just
You're gonna you just hear it.
what?
You just hear a fire alarm. That's just funny. No, no,
Uh,
but it's all right, man.
did you hear it?
These things happen. I think I'm not gonna tell you what I talked about. You're just gonna have to listen to it,
That's
and
your story.
just keep your hopes down. Just keep your hopes very, very down. I'm sorry.
Did you talk about the one time you did porn accidentally?
Yeah. Oh, you know about that, right?
Oh, that's one of my sketch ideas that we might work on. I guess we'll go
Really?
over them at another point, but I'm not even
Mhm.
kidding.
What?
Long story. I'll tell you later, but that's one of
Okay.
the
Okay.
bits I wrote down.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, all right. Back in action, fire. I had to get my charger, and again, as you heard my stepmother say, I feel like such a kid because she asked me to like clean up bits of my room, so I quickly did that.
I didn't hear that, but like it's all right, man. That's right now. No worries.
What
You don't
happened?
grow up. My room is messy.
I
Yeah, I
don't.
think there's a difference between having a dirty and having a messy room. My room is a bit out of order. I think it's a bit messy. Like I still have some clothes that I need to put away, and there's some stuff that it could be like, but the room isn't like dirty. You know what I mean?
Oh, we got another visitor. Maybe.
Mm.
Well, do you like cleaning your room or?
It's I don't mind it, but I'm sometimes just if I'm in my room, like I just want to like lay down and like relax. I think it tends to be a bit of a laziness thing, but
Yeah.
I do though. Like if I had got music going, sometimes I just get randomly just like, oh snap, I could just clean my room, and then I just like do the whole thing, and bang. So it's really not. I don't mind it. I really don't mind it though. I have nothing against it. Same with cleaning like the house in general, like doing dishes or like cleaning the bathroom.
Yeah, a certain pulse has got to hit you, but if it hits you, you'll do it.
No, exactly. Or like if somebody's like coming, if I normally clean like if I have company coming over.
Okay.
I feel like that's my mom instilled in me, like, oh, because you
So
want to make
everyone's
sure.
mother
Yeah,
still.
exactly.
Um,
So honestly, the best what's the word I'm looking for? Uh I'm just trying to say like the best motivation. There we go. The best motivation is company coming over, so I can just like,
that's what's going
and
on right now in my
exactly.
home. Everyone's my stepmother's cleaning, my father's making food.
Mhm.
I'm not a
Mhm.
fan of doing either.
Really? No? You don't like putting in. See, the thing that I feel like helps me is I just like putting on some music
Oh,
and just
I've never had the issue of someone coming over to my home because,
uh,
well, yeah,
good.
that's what we talked about in high school. Like I
Oh,
lived,
you're out of the way, right?
so it's like who the fuck's coming over? You know,
Mm-hmm.
so I didn't get it. I never got that impulse of like, oh, people are coming over to my house. I must clean.
Oh yeah, I feel that.
That's something baked into me.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I looked up. I pulled it up. David Schwimmer was
Yes.
30 when Friends,
Okay.
like around
Okay.
30. That's not our show.
Mhm.
I want to do like 25. I want to do 25-year-old. Yeah, I'll put that down.
I was gonna say, okay, what's it called? That sometimes the character or the actor is older, but they like play younger. Like
Yeah,
for example, that
yeah.
happens a lot. But well, no, what were you saying? Sorry.
No, what were you saying?
I was just gonna say, like today, I noticed that I don't watch the show. Everybody does though. Euphoria, not in a bad way. Like it's not like I think I'm better than everybody else because I'm not. But I hear it's good. Um, and I was like, I looked up one of the actors. I'm like, oh, like this is about high schoolers. And I looked up one of them. I forgot her name, but I was like, how old is she? I'm curious because she looks like I don't know, maybe my age. And like, I can't imagine like playing a. And it's not that I can't imagine playing high school, but it's like 25 is like very much not high school. But she's 30.
Who's 30?
The actor in the show, the
Zendaya.
actress, rather. Not Zendaya. No, not Zendaya. Zendaya's our age actually. Zendaya was born I think 3 months before me. 96 baby. Yeah. Shout out Zendaya.
The actress you're referring to.
Is it Zendaya or Zendaya?
Zendaya. Who is the actress that's 30 and playing a high schooler?
I have to look it up. Is her name? Let's
I
see.
think me. What's your friend's name? That we hung out with at Brooklyn Tech.
Nick?
Nick.
Yeah, Nick at Fort Greene that one time.
Yeah, we were joking about how I mean, I think we joked about that before when an actor comes on and it's high school, but it's like it sounds like this. He looks like a
No, Alexa Demi. She is 31 or something.
right. And she's playing a character. How old?
I don't know. I think she's playing a high school character.
See, that's oh, that's a little ridiculous.
I mean, I mean, I don't know. I mean, she looks great. You know what I mean?
Oh
Like
yeah.
she's good. But also, 30 isn't that old either. You know what I mean? Actually, 30 isn't old. Period.
As we're learning as we well, and that's also something I want to deal with. It's that age
Oh,
where you're not a kid anymore.
yeah, and that's what I think that's something we can apply to the sitcom, I suppose.
Oh
You know
yeah,
what I mean? Dealing with that
and I had
because
one.
you're not.
Huh? We're not what?
No, no, no.
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say you're not quite like you're about to be like late 20s. You know what I mean? But you're not quite there yet. So you're really trying to.
And it's just
You're
the weirdness of the age that there's no pop culture that speaks to that at all.
Mm-hmm. You
Because
don't think so?
no, I don't think so at all. Again,
Mm-hmm.
Seinfeld and Friends came close,
Mm-hmm.
but not quite. And they're also
Have you
that's
seen
30 years.
How I Met Your Father? That was a really funny. That was a really funny face. That was a really funny reaction. He's very, very done. That's the only reason. You got to watch it. Then tell me what you. Wow.
I Met Your Father. Again, it's just like it's a thing Hollywood's never. You're out of ideas, aren't you, man? Again, as
Hmm.
we're doing because the whole reason we're doing this is because again, I think there's no better way to get into Hollywood than with a sitcom. But at least be original. I guess be original. How I Met Your Father, like real, like How I Met Your Uncle.
Talk to How I Met Your Uncle.
Your
That's pretty good. Your grandma.
like a parody of itself. Like, well, what? I guess I get the whole showing the angle of like a woman's perspective of dating. That's
Hmm.
cool, but just to cynically go, yeah, it's How I Met Your Father.
Hmm.
Like, and again, we're doing this to get into that world, but
Hmm.
God help, good God. But I'm
Yes.
sure I'm sure the writing's fine. Same thing with
Yeah.
Young Sheldon,
Yeah. Oh my God.
The
It's
Rock
still on the
show,
air too, I think.
The Young Rock.
Yeah. Oh my God. I forgot about that show. Is
Redman made
that still on?
once. He was like really the
What do you say?
through his laconic texts.
Hmm.
He made fun of it once. He was like, "Really, the Young Rock?"
It's true.
Whatever it's fucking called. But that's a thing too. That's network TV, and
Hmm.
I think any of our friends that we have, if they want to be involved in TV, which I think most of them do,
Hmm.
there I know,
I know.
huh?
I was gonna say streaming, like
They
that's like a kind of.
I mean, I think HBO, Netflix,
Mhm.
that sort of, which again is more free form. And yeah, it's a lot more creativity there. I still that's my debate in my head. I still think it might be a little too constraining for some of my artistic interests, but I think no, I think there's something. Look, and this is a constant debate that's going to keep happening as I get older. But it's like populist art versus art. You know,
Mhm.
because
Mhm.
what we're doing,
Instead
right,
of
huh?
meeting, instead of meeting the standards of like not like the executives and stuff like that,
Well,
versus
that
something that
the audience
you have.
to include the feelings of an audience in my work.
Yeah.
For this is just for me.
Mhm. Mhm, mhm. Okay, I see. Okay, I know what you mean.
Um, it's a huge debate. I think does go back as far as art goes anyway. Like, and do I appeal to me? Do I appeal to an audience?
Oh.
Or do I try and do both?
I was gonna say, I was literally gonna say that. That's always you can always try to do both because you can kind of
Ways,
show.
it's like, am I, uh,
Mhm.
but I guess the issue becomes I was raised with populist stuff. And as I get older,
Mhm.
I get more and more exposed to like like stuff that doesn't fall into like, yeah, this is trying to appeal to everyone. And it's like, oh, I think that's where the interesting stuff is, at least that I'm finding lately. But
Mhm.
the argument for populist art, I think again that's the whole Scorsese argument thing. That's kind of why it sticks in my brain. It's like, oh, do you want to appeal to other people? Or do you want to appeal to yourself? Uh,
That's true.
but I think the sitcom is like the ultimate populist art form. I think
Yeah, because we want to try to. Okay, I got that.
that's my
That's
interest in working. I think the world needs that more than like another summer blockbuster. I think I
yeah.
can get behind. Like I was watching with Noah All in the Family, and it's like, oh, this is interesting.
Mhm.
Like you talk about
Oh,
really big
mhm.
things in a nice little package, and
Mhm.
I think it has the same
Oh,
message,
you guys do the net party thing?
huh?
You guys do the watch party type thing? How does it work?
Yeah, we were doing
Curious.
that. Yeah, he was. Well, no, it's something like that. Either that, or we just put it on at the same time and watched it that way.
That's nice. That's nice. Do you guys do that often?
Huh?
You guys
Yeah,
do that often?
we do. And again, since his stuff, he's into that artsier shit. That's why we
Mhm.
watch. It's still like we watched Seven Samurai and
Mm.
Sawa stuff that way. Again, versus like we've been meaning to do it for a while. We haven't, but with Sheik, like, all right, let's watch an anime.
Mhm.
Like that.
Hmm. More.
Yeah, I think is that
Okay.
that's. I mean, he would get mad at me for saying it, but it's a populist art form. You're trying to appeal to
Okay.
people. Um,
Anime?
I think so. Yeah, I think that's
You know what's interesting? I have no idea. I don't know if it because sometimes because when you say populist art, it feels like something that would be like, oh, everybody can like not relate to or find something in or try to relate to as many people as you want. There's just some weird ass anime out
right.
there. I'm just like,
Mentioned
who
that a lot.
relates? Like, what? Not relates, but I don't. It's just there's like some shit that's like let me think one. Okay, there's this one. It's called. Oh my god, it's why am I forgetting it? Hold up, give me 1 second. Is it prototype? One sec. It's about this. No, it's not that. Okay. Um, 1 second. Uh, it's this alien that. Oh, okay, that's what it is. It's from what's the name? Parasite. There we go. I was gonna call it prototype. But anyways, it's like this alien kind of like this virus like gets into this dude and takes over. I mean, I guess it takes over his whole body. But I didn't finish watching it. But it like he it, like goes into his he can like appear in his hands and it has like eyes and like a mouth here and it talks to him.
Like
But then it
body
people are
horror,
to like other aliens or to kill him at the
right?
same. I haven't watched this in years. And then so the thing protects him, you know what I mean? Without him, it's like he doesn't really control it at all. Anyways, I'm like watching this. The whole time I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Was it fun or was it like, all right, I think I'm out?
No, I didn't watch it. I didn't stop watching it because I didn't like it. I just didn't get a chance to. But
Right.
um, there's I feel like there's so many. And another movie that's like that where I'm just like, I'm like, what? I don't even know what the fuck is going on anymore. Have you ever seen Akira?
Yeah, no, we talked about that last episode. And yeah, I didn't. It's a
Oh,
huge
we did. Okay.
touchstone. I had no idea what the fuck was going on.
Yes, bro. No idea. But to be fair, yeah, but there, like everything else, there is that populist kind of like.
Well, because it's meant to. I mean, again, she disagrees with me, but yeah, it's perfect entertainment for a teenager. Like
Yeah.
horror, especially, is like a teenage art form in a sense. Um, I think there's
Are
like
you-
the shock value if it appeals to teenagers.
Oh yeah. Okay. Okay.
Like, oh, this is so edgy, which is fine. I mean, but it's just again, it's a product of that mindset in some way. Which
Yeah.
again, I think it's helpful to know about when you go down that path of writing one. As I think we might, I might want to work on a horror movie on the podcast. I do know I want to, which we'll talk about later. But again, because it's Hollywood's most popular art form. I mean, especially in movies, it's Hollywood's most popular form. Is
Yeah.
a horror movie. Um, So that's that. But yeah, but that aside, yeah, I think sitcoms are great. They're great at reaching a lot of people
Mhm.
with interesting ideas that are still like it's comfort food.
Yeah, no, it is.
You know,
Feel
because
it.
yeah, I do want with this show the aim would be like, hey 20, hey 25-year olds,
Hmm.
I hear you. You know,
I guess
that's a
so.
very that's the artistic impulse here.
You know what? There's a show um that's made by the creator of the regular show.
What's up?
Uh it's called I don't know if they're in their 30s, uh but uh JG it was created by JG Quintel. The show is
Enough?
huh?
Is it called Close Enough?
Close enough. Yeah, exactly. Close enough. And I don't know how it's about it explores like a couple, you know what I mean, that have a child, but I don't know if they're in their mid 20s. Now that I say that loud.
Early 30s.
Oh, never mind then. Forget it.
Well, no,
Forget it. Forget it.
why does the show stick out to you?
Well, I thought they were in their like mid 20s and they had like a small child, but I don't know.
Right.
Because you're just like, oh, but then again, I feel like nowadays, like people aren't, or they said that our demographic, I don't think we're having like babies like that.
No, and that's again, we're not having kids. So much of
Yeah.
our world has changed from 50, 30 years ago.
Yeah, for
And
real.
we don't have anything in the popular sphere that talks about that. And I
Hmm.
think the world would do a lot of good for it to be given that. Again, that's a populist
Hmm.
desire,
Hmm.
I think.
Yes.
You know, it's what it is. But yeah, so let's see, we're not having kids. I'll look into this show, I guess.
Hmm.
At least for the purpose of this podcast. We're not having kids. Well, what else? What else? We're not having kids. Or I would say our world kind of feels like it's sort of falling apart.
Yeah, I'd say that too.
Uh,
Especially kind of lately. Not lately, but the whole thing with like Russia and Ukraine is like a
I was going
bit,
to talk about that. That was going to be the part of the news.
yeah, unnerving. A little bit unnerving. Because I thought they were talking about peace talks like a week ago.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that's the end. And like now I'm seeing kind of they've been saying the invasion is imminent, but
Yeah.
now it's like, oh my god,
Which
no,
our friend Katya doesn't like that much. I
doesn't
was
like
last night. Yeah.
she doesn't like Putin's aggression.
The opposite. She doesn't like America bullhorning. We're the invasion's coming, guys. They're
Yeah,
coming.
no, that's fair. I agree. I agree. I see what she's saying. But at the same time, it's all imperialist aggression, honestly. I get Russia is like really against having like, oh, they don't want Ukraine to join NATO because they said, at the end of the Cold War, NATO was just like, oh, don't worry, we're not going to move any further west from Germany, and then they did. Like, I get that, and you're scared of being invaded again, but they all say like, oh, Ukraine. Well, and I don't know if I mentioned this last time, but Ukraine, I think I'm pretty sure that's where like the Slavic people like may have like originated. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's really, really close.
Yeah.
It's really, really like it means a lot to them, and that now that they're circling the country, and the Ukraine doesn't want what if you just let them like do what they want, I suppose, but then again, doing what they want would fall into like going into NATO. But like what, who would want to? I don't know, dude. It really fucking sucks. But to be fair, I feel like yeah, the United States is definitely hamming it up. It's kind of just like, what is U.S. even like doing there in that point? Like there are a bunch of um military like personnel like in like Eastern Europe, kind of like on standby, I suppose. And Joe Biden doesn't seem he just definitely doesn't want like American troops to fight Russian troops because then he said his words, that's a world war. I'm like, it's already kind of like So, but I'm also not a huge fan of Russia always just trying to be like, I don't like, I mean, obviously, I don't like Putin. There we go. I said it. But you know, I do, I did, I get that they're just, Russia's always been invaded through that northern, it's always, there's that one northern part of, the northern part of Europe is like really flat. So, and it doesn't cause a lot of natural barriers. So it's really easy to kind of just like walk into Russia. So they just really fucking hate that shit, which is why they used, like Lithuania and like Belarus and stuff as like satellite states to kind of like buffer them and give them time. But I don't know. I feel like this Putin's kind of like really like it's like a dick measuring contest. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's it's him. It's fine. It's all right.
You say you're not able to help out with me writing a 10-page Osama bin Laden play, which again is another potential
Mhm.
coming idea.
Yeah, I don't think I can.
No, but I think you can. Yeah, I think you know way too much about this stuff to totally write you off as like, oh, but no, 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 no.
Well, perhaps. I feel like you definitely have that well ver especially the whole like build up to. But you know what? No, I could do research. Why not?
Well, I think a lot of it's I because it's a daunting thing to even write about. So a lot of it's probably just going to be us going over a lot of research, which I think is look worthy of a podcast of its own. Like, oh, what is Bin Laden's place in world history? Because I do think he's the most significant world figure of the past 50 years, I'd say.
50 years, like from the 70s to now.
Oh yeah, I mean that's kind of what I told Devin and you when it's like, yeah, I think
Yeah, yeah.
if you're trying to do Citizen Kane again, which was again about a figure who one could argue represents the times more than anyone, it's like, oh
Mhm.
yeah, we'll search for that figure again. It's like, oh, I guess it's Bin Laden, you know. Um, him and the again, I mentioned this before. Him and the Ayatollah Khomeini, if I say that right, or
Mhm.
is another one. Again, that's another one I want to write about, like for 10 pages.
Right.
Um, but no, I think again, obviously, you know a lot about this shit. So
So that was a bit of a sidetrack, though. Maybe this sitcom can take place in Ukraine. And they're all 20.
no, it's Vladimir Putin in you.
It's when he's working to be.
So no, it's Vladimir. He gets so God is real. He sends Putin to
Okay.
Ukraine to empathize
Mm,
with people.
okay.
I'm like, well, this is what you're gonna do if you invade. You know. He gets turned
Hmm.
11 years old. So he just, but he looks the same, but he just sounds higher pitched. It's like, hey, don't you do
You
that?
sure?
No, I am Vladimir. It could make. I wonder if it's disrespectful. If I'm disrespecting the Russian. I hope not.
You would hate. Sure.
Huh?
Sure. I think they hate that. I'm sure.
You
You
would
know what
hate.
I mean?
Well,
But
it's not.
we
You
got.
would hate it if it's more of the Russian people would hate me making fun.
Mm, oh yeah, I guess. No, but do you, I don't know. But the whole thing, it's not obviously the whole thing is a bit, it's just like the leaders kind of doing stuff and Russian people are just like, oh,
I
I'm
remember.
interested to see that.
I remember
Hmm?
talking with I got mentioned on the old podcast, and I think once in the
Mhm.
new maybe my toxic best friend from high school. That story aside, I remember us joking about like what if you got like the world leaders to solve their issues? What if you just got them like one-on-one fist fights?
No, that makes sense.
You know?
I mean, we probably like the floor with Joe Biden,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
unfortunately would. He get him in like a headlock and
Yeah, exactly.
a noogie. Legend.
A noogie. If he gets Joe Biden in a headlock, I'm over for Joe Biden.
What if
Um,
Biden just shoots him? Just totally breaks the rules.
the most freaking thing in the world. Yes.
That's an Indiana Jones rip. That's what if you
No, after he does all the stuff with like the
yeah,
sword, and he goes,
I didn't grow up
yeah,
on
that was.
you, so that's a new addition to my film references. Is that bit?
It's a good bit. I remember watching it and thinking it was really funny.
Did you grow up in?
But I played the Lego games. I did watch all the movies. Yeah, but not like I wasn't like fanatic or anything like that,
If
but I did. Hmm.
that movie, maybe even more than Jaws and Star Wars, built modern Hollywood.
Yeah, what Raiders of the Lost Ark?
Yeah, at least the emphasis of large scale blockbusters. Like I watched a scene of the chase scene in Raiders, which itself, again, I mean, there's a precedent like Stagecoach, 1939, John Ford's movie, which Orson Welles
Mm.
loved and used as a template for Citizen Kane, believe it or not. Like this chase, like
Right.
John Ford did these chase scenes, but then the way Steven Spielberg's chase scenes are cut in Raiders, like I watched that and I cut to Batman Begins, like the Batmobile chase scene, and I'm like, it's the same fucking thing,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you know?
It is.
Which I thought was very like there's so many cuts, you know. Like that's why a movie like The Godfather is so boring when you first watch it. If you grow up with that stuff, it's like you're so used to just cut, 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 cut.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But yes, that's a big deal. Yeah, it's a Raider. That was a Raiders reference. All right, let's see. So Putin thing aside, yeah, it's like our world feels like it's falling apart.
Exactly. I'm sorry. That's what brought it up.
What else do
Yeah.
we? What else do we feel like we could kind of get across?
Um. Well, okay. So, well, I feel like the world falling apart is a huge, huge thing to the point where, um, I guess, like financially, with like a lot of us like over like student loans and stuff like that, and then climate wise too. It was really nice yesterday, and now it's snowing. That's like obviously that's like there's more to climate than just that, obviously, but also and then also like just watching like it's and then again this could also kind of bleed into, or it sort of bleeds into the whole Kohl's thing, the three guys that work at Kohl's, you know what I mean? Feeling like working in a system that's like not really giving you a whole lot in return, you know what I mean? Feeling what is it? Is it not disposable?
Exploited.
Expand, yeah, exploited, yes, but like also just like not really feeling like valued, I suppose. You know what I mean? They're not really known what to do.
Right. No, not
Um,
valued. Um, and yeah, I felt
oh,
that too. Who would our characters be? Do you think? Because I made the mistake last time with the Spider-Man riff. The teenager in a New Philadelphia, or what, New Trenton I called it, or New Philadelphia.
New Philadelphia. I think
I,
you said New Philadelphia.
I should have step one is the characters. So who are our people we're working with? What do you think? What are some character archetypes you'd wanna follow, or just character types in general?
Oh, that's a good question. It could be a type of thing where like they could be somebody from like a kind of like a they thought, I don't know, like I've seen when you hear this time and time and again where it's like, oh, like my dad wanted me to do this, so like I went to school and I did this, and like I started working here and I realized that this is not something I really want to do,
Right.
deal with that and like tell your parents that. And, also, what else? Within the past, I mean, this has always been the case, but I feel like now, the past like 10, 15 years, like people have been more accepting towards like the queer community, the LGBTQIA like community and stuff like that. And I feel like people are like really like even like in their like yeah, in their like early like mid 20s are like becoming like themselves, you know.
You know?
And I just kind of like struggling with that. Not struggling. I mean, I guess it is always a struggle if you're like being oppressed like that. But just figuring yourself out and like how to operate in like a and like dating like as an adult and that kind of, I don't know. But then again, I don't think I can really like I don't think I can really speak on that. But that's just something I think about because there so, but
You
also even not even just with queer people, just like dating in general for somebody that like maybe that just like had a high school like, sweetheart and now they're like single for like their 20s
Oh shit! There you go.
and stuff like that. And it's like, so I don't
Actually,
know. I feel like,
I went through that. Single for the first time.
wait, what's up?
She is going through that.
Oh, wow. Oh,
I played in Yeah, I don't know if he'd care if that's too personal, but it's no, it's interesting because it's just true. It's like imagine you date someone. I mean, it's a little looser than that with him, but yeah, dating someone for years, and then now you're single.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'll say this. I was looking at my own collection of. I mean, I was thinking. I mean, again, I was thinking of two groups of people. I mean, obviously our friend group and my high school friend group as sources for, I guess, this sort of show. I mean, again, to imagine like, okay, show about you, Devin, and Andy.
Mm-hmm.
That's sort of the show. Like
It's
that was,
interesting.
yeah,
I don't know how interesting that show would be.
Well, that's it. No one thinks their life is interesting if you just ask them point. I learned that the hard way because um, I was sourcing my friends for just ideas for the show.
Mm-hmm.
No one said, oh, like I asked one. Okay, so one of our friends, his name is Raj. This is Sheik's and I's close. Raj. We have another friend named Rod though. We have him too. So it's
No,
Rod.
no, with a J at the end.
Huh?
With a J at the end.
Yeah, Raj with the J at the end.
Okay, cool, cool,
Well,
cool.
is Rajesh, which
I was gonna say, okay, so Raj sounds like it would be short for Rajesh. Okay, continue. I'm sorry. Yes.
I asked him, well, what would you, if you were, again, it's a very simple question. What would you want to see in a show about your life?
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, well, a sitcom. And he was like, well, I actually see my life as more of like a drama. And I'm like, you're fucking useless, bro. I mean, it's useful, but it's like people often don't have the best perceptions of their own lives.
Mm-hmm.
Which in that case, like, well, I gotta throw that out and just use your life anyway. Because yeah, his life is very like he's well, yeah, he and his friends, they're all our age.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not big on work. They're not like these people have their lives figured out like some people kind of do. I watch lives not being figured out.
Yeah, that's a huge thing. I was gonna mention that.
Being figured out yet when you thought it would be. That's a huge theme.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, they're like, all right, I guess I'll go through them. Sheik. Okay, this is real people. Sheik
Yes.
is architect, sort of a drug addict, but nothing too serious, but hedonistic.
True?
Huh?
Is this canon? Is this true?
This is canon in the real. Well, yeah, he like loves nicotine and marijuana and that sort of thing.
What? Who doesn't nowadays, man?
Well, like exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's true. Everybody's got their like vice. That's the thing.
right.
Mm-hmm.
Mystic, just trying to, I guess, find himself, I guess. Just trying to, because again, I've talked to him a lot the past few months, year actually, and his struggle is sort of.
Mind like that we're talking about this?
Huh?
I don't think he'd mind that we're chatting.
I don't think so. And if anything, I thought about like, what if I just say that, so what if his name was for the purpose of the podcast, Johnny.
Ronnie? You say Ronnie?
Johnny, Ronnie, whatever. Just some made up name so I could talk about him. Because I think it's interesting. I think his life is like very indicative of where a lot of people our age are. Hates authority. Hates authority. Being told what to do. Again, brown guy.
Yes.
Bangladesh. Being told what to do. Brown guy from Bangladesh. Well, his parents are.
Yeah, Desi, right?
Yes, that's exactly the term. Significant tension with the parents and their views on what is.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Another thing with it's interesting, like you realizing that you're like your parents are like getting older. That's something I realized, and it's just like it's.
No, absolutely.
At this age, and it's like, oh snap, So So like I hit my mom up today because I was just like, oh, I thought about her and I was like, oh, actually I should text her back because I think she responded. I'm not amazing at texting back sometimes, but communication, I feel like that's one thing.
Yeah. Where the fuck is it? Trying to get uh trying to get that trying to pull up a respond. So happy to hear from you. Let's see. I'm trying to pull up a pitch Bible that I use. That apparently, I mean, I found this out. Pitch Bible's not a thing unless
No.
the show's actually picked up.
Mm-hmm.
But a pitch is. So here's the lunatic. I think it's a little lunatic, little bit of a little crazy.
Yeah.
Pitch Bible's not a thing, but a pitch is, and the stuff that's in your pitch is basically the stuff you put in a pitch Bible. So I guess write a pitch Bible.
Okay.
I don't know. Because like, yeah, what do you present to people who have the ability to make your show? I mean, you present a pitch, but the idea of a pitch Bible again apparently comes later in the process.
More
But
cohesive.
huh?
Pitch Bible is just like a more cohesive.
It is.
That.
But anything the stuff that would be in it that is you're taught that would be in it is that's your vocal pitch. You pitch it vocally.
Yeah.
So let me just find it. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm trying to find it. Where the hell? Where's the pitch Bible? I always lose. I used to have like a template for it, and then I lost it. Some documents. So now every time I go back to my pitch Bible and copy paste and just take out all the elements.
Copy paste, just like
copy paste.
Just as a template, you said.
Yeah, copy paste. All right. So what we're gonna do? Let me just make this again, just to show it. Again, unlike last few times, I do want to have something a little more concrete to end this to end with, I guess. I don't say versus like where it's like, yeah, we'll just brainstorm and then whatever happens happens. It may have to have something a little more concrete, like a log line. So right here we got, all right, so I'm building it now. Tell us another story, Jared, while I do this. 1 minute story.
A 1 minute story?
1 minute story. Let's go.
Interesting.
Or as I go to work.
Or what?
As I go to work.
As you go to work?
As I go to work.
Let's see. So it is now February. And okay, I'm blanking. Okay, fine. Something that happens when I like no, that's not that interesting. Okay, what about
I'm almost done, so you got to tell it now.
Oh, I have to tell it? Okay, so I was gonna say I work in a school, in the middle school, and the thing I've noticed, it's funny, this is another thing I guess is like you also realize mid-20 is like separate from is its own kind of thing because you're not really like you're not closer to like the teens anymore, you know what I mean? And I'm noticing that now working in the middle school, obviously they're like preteens, they're not quite, but like I don't know, just like just like the stuff that they do is like, have you ever had some like a student sent another student a bunch of like pictures of this Shrek like meme that said triggered, send it to her like over like 2,000 times and just get to the point where her phone shut off and there's like, oh, I got you, it's so good. I'd be like, dude, that drive me insane. To be fair, it didn't happen to me. It was kind of hilarious. These kids are funny, but they're also there's a disconnect, just but not even the disconnect, which is like, I don't know, like none of them tie their shoes. I don't know what that is about. They'll like, I tell them that their shoes untied. They just look down and they go, oh, okay, and they just continue going about their day. You know what I mean? It's just like, and then it's just like, I mean, obviously, and I don't mean phone wise, like they're always, I guess they're always on their phone, but like not in a bad way, because like
All right,
we always had like that, but like really much though, it's just to the point where it's like I feel like I'm like, oh my gosh, guys, come on, just listen to me for like 1 second. But I'm not a hater on that, like I get it, it's just like you have it. I'm not like banning phones or anything, but, so that was a weird story, but that was just on my mind and related to the podcast, just because like, oh, even then, like their 20s are gonna be like, they're gonna feel differently about certain stuff, I don't resent any, I have no resentment or anything, it's just how it is. So,
notice.
oh, sure.
Here it is. Title podcast sitcom.
Hmm.
A 30-minute sitcom or 22. I don't know what format it'd be. I kind of look, man. I actually I know streaming is not doing it as much anymore. I do kind of like the Office style, Drake and Josh, and
Documentaries. I sort of like that too,
oh,
honestly.
that's not,
And
yeah. Say
that's like a product of like the 2010s. You know what I mean?
not so that I like the 22-minute approach with 30-minute approach.
The what?
I was actually speaking more about the 22-minute runtime of a comedy show over the 30-minute time.
Oh, I thought you meant like, oh, just like the type of videography that they
Yeah,
use.
I was just
Okay, yeah, I like those too. I think I like those too.
uh,
But
uh,
thing isn't that isn't like a show like a 30-minute runtime? Isn't a 22-minute show like the same thing as like a 30-minute show? It's just like without the commercials. You know what I mean? And now that it's all on Netflix, like, or like on a
they add another act,
mm, oh yeah.
which I
Right. Okay.
actually kind of messes me up.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we got more people coming. Give me a break.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a shh. Not shh, but if I get interrupted, that's why.
Oh, no
We got
problem.
humans coming. Yeah, it's a party. It's a big Super Bowl
It's a
thing.
party. Yes.
What are you doing for the Super Bowl anyway? Just kind of.
This no, dude, nothing, man. I'm just gonna like, I don't have wings. I don't want to spend any money right now. I just want to,
Oh my
put it in
god!
my.
Not spending
Hmm?
money. Not spending money.
Yeah, that's a huge thing, bro. Like squeaking by,
Yeah,
trying to. You want to have fun, but you also don't. Sometimes you're just like, ugh.
not having money to spend,
Mm-hmm.
finding other ways to have
Mm-hmm.
fun, or characters just spending willy nilly.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say there's always there's like the characters can be like they can be like like pretty like broke and stuff like that, but like they could have a friend that has like a job that's like great and they're like enjoying, like, you know what I mean, because it's not all one dimensional. You know what I'm saying?
It's true. Again, they get variety.
Mm-hmm.
Friend who does have awesome job. Well, all right. So again, this is a sitcom. This is a classic sitcom thing, and it's a classic comedy movie thing. You get
Mm-hmm.
characters who are so different from each other, and they learn to get along.
Yeah, that's true. That
Uh,
is.
so it's like the idea would be you get that guy living with someone who's just totally a bum.
Mm-hmm. And
Yeah,
then how they
let's go through some archetypes. Actually, let me put that down as well.
I just really quick. It was just made me think of one time. I think this was like December. My friend from California was visiting. He lives out there and he works on like he did the visual effects for Mandalorian. Like he works on like a bunch of stuff. He's
Yeah,
very good guy. Love that dude. Um, and he visited and like all our friends from like our high school were in like came down to the city, and they did spend the day together. And I was like, oh, I'll meet you there. And I'm like, where are you guys going? And then they're just like, oh, we're going to this restaurant. I forgot. I looked it up and it had $4 signs on Google, and I was like, oh, okay, I guess I mean, maybe like I show up there. It's like in the base of the Chrysler building. It's a really nice. There's a sign that says like no open-toed shoes or no ripped jeans. No, you know what I mean. So I showed up there wearing like from the Martian like hoodie and like I didn't I didn't wasn't breaking any dress code or anything, and I go in there and it was great to see everybody. I love these guys, but they all my friends like an accountant, like I said, visual effects like coordinator, and like my one friend Dan. I have no idea what he does, but he makes a lot of money apparently, which is funny. Um, and yeah, everybody's doing their own thing, and it's good to see everybody. And everybody gets like a filet mignon, like prime rib, and like it was. I was like, yo, all that stuff looks so good. Do you know how much the bill was?
1,000.
Hmm. So not
Not that high.
no, it's $700.
Close
It was like 770.
enough.
Hmm?
Close enough.
It is close enough, exactly. And I mean, I didn't. They obviously I didn't get anything, and they were nice. They was like, yo, try this cut. Like this is mad good. But it's like I was in a sitcom. 'Cause I was like, damn, bro, I do not belong in this restaurant. Huh?
That's
But it was really, I don't know, but I still had a good time. It was just, but it just all that was just like, it was just it was good to like hang out, like chat and like catch up and stuff like that. But it was just like, I mean, maybe I would have gotten something, but I was just like, ah, dude, I really shouldn't. I don't think I can do this to myself right now. So,
right.
so
Fuck.
sorry, that was a little
No,
tangent, but that's like saving money a bit.
right. The contrast between a group.
Because like sometimes you hang out with like friends that like you all do the same thing, but then you have another friend group and they're all like doing something different.
Right. The contrast
Hmm.
of friend groups. Um, that's one. Yeah, let's go back to some more character stuff. Again, because
Hmm.
the reason again, I think the reason why sitcoms are so good to work on is again, if you want to work in Hollywood, because you get in Hollywood, you're usually working on very broad characters, I'd say.
Hmm. Yeah.
Like you're not working with like God, like the works of Tennessee Williams or Tolstoy, if that makes sense. Like
Hmm.
these are characters that are gonna appeal to a lot of people, and they're meant to. And again, the Hollywood action movies work the same way. Like I always thought this: if they wanted to, if you had to pick someone to run like to write a great Avengers movie, you
Yeah.
go to someone who knows how to write a sitcom.
Hmm.
And I mean, they did with the Russo brothers and even the guys who did No Way Home and all the Spider-Man movies. They got their start doing sitcoms,
Yeah. Yeah.
animated and live action, I believe.
Hmm.
So again, I think it's just a great way to hone writing's character work,
Yeah.
basically. I mean, even in Homecoming, the way the characters work is
Yeah.
it's sitcom esque.
Yeah. No, it is. It is. It feels like that. Huh.
The way the Avengers work together, it feels sitcom esque. The way the characters play off of each other.
Yeah.
The Joss Whedon and the Russo brother movies.
Hmm.
Uh,
Okay. Yeah.
so I just think again, I think it's a great, effective gateway to get into that world. Again, as I said, I think uh 5 times on this show. So yeah, let's keep working on the characters. Let's build them up. Or let's just I think this sort of thing might be most effective just naming a bunch of different people that we know.
Okay.
I one, huh?
Yeah. I said, yeah. Okay.
So I mean, obviously the trio that is you, Devin, Andy. I guess you could throw in Una,
Hmm.
her sister, Tyler, Billy, and his band. Um, and I guess my high school friend group.
Hmm.
Yeah, I guess that's the two main groups really. Um, hmm.
What
Yeah,
else? What do you think?
huh? What do you think?
What else? What do you think?
Yeah, because I spend the most time with you guys. I mean, here's another thing I want to. I did realize it's fun to like. I'm a fan of Facebook stalking.
Yeah,
What it is?
interesting. There you go. Right out with it.
Wait, what it is? Um,
Uh-huh.
but it's fun to look at someone's life on Facebook. This is a new activity, and to go, what would their
Mhm.
life look like?
What would their like, or what did?
Show as a show, rather. Like if like
Oh, oh.
a way to generate characters, especially that are not like you.
Hmm.
'Cause again, most of my friends are either creative or they're a mess.
Or they're a mess.
Or they're a mess. There's like there
Hmm.
I don't have that many friends who like lives. They're just, yeah, I'm a stockbroker, I run a finance
Hmm.
company. Yeah, I have a boyfriend or I have a girlfriend, and yeah, Dory. And it's like, all right, well, in
Yeah.
framework, what would their life look like as a show?
Hmm.
If it's not an interesting show that I would watch, but it's like, oh, what would it be? Like, I guess, yeah, it would be about, like, if we're in a finance company, it'd be about your finance group, I guess. And it's,
Group.
I don't know, or like if some, I mean, there's hey, this is its own story, which will be
Yeah.
told off air. But there was a
Mm.
from middle school who like is a concert photographer. And it's like, oh,
Who's
huh?
a concert photographer? Okay, cool.
It's
Yeah.
probably an interesting life to explore through a television show. I'm
Hmm.
trying to think of who else. Again, I'm not in contact anymore, but it's like, oh well, you're very different. So what would your life look like? Again, just
Hmm.
to get out of my own head of like,
Being on the road would be
huh?
interesting. Being on
Exactly.
the road.
Because yeah, I think as writers, it's so easy to go, I'm gonna write a thing, and it's gonna be about exactly who I am.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I
That's
know what you mean.
but at the same time, again, if you're a populist writer, you're trying to appeal to as many people as possible. So it's not exactly helpful to just, this character is exactly like me.
Hmm.
Uh,
Yeah,
But at the
you
same
can
time,
tell that the writer puts himself as the main character.
oh, like here, okay, here's try this on for fucking size. So
Yeah.
the story's about a guy who's in school trying to be a teacher, and he's trying to balance his dad with his creative life. Oh, I think I got something here. Where did this idea totally come from? Oh no, Jared is paused. I hope he didn't die because that means we have to do a part two, guys. Oh, oh, oh no, no, Jared, come back. No, that was creative life. Like, oh, where did that fucking come from? I wonder where.
Hmm. Hmm.
So yeah, that's a good exercise to do that. But like at the same time, like yeah, I wouldn't find a show about a stockbroker or a finance person
Hmm.
interesting because like
You never know. They could be a stockbroker by day, but something by night.
right, and then it's
But
they're
then again, obviously, I mean, but then I don't know. Is that even a sitcom anymore?
no, it's not. You
Yeah.
know, now yeah, they're yeah, it's yeah, I don't like that. That's why I'm probably going to lean towards our characters being a cast of not screw ups, but weirdos.
Mm-hmm.
And like,
Freakazoid.
huh?
I was
You
like
say
freakazoid.
geekazoid?
Freakazoids.
Freakazoids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I don't know if I could write that version of the show where it's not that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know, um. So I guess that gives us, but then it's like, all right, here's the tough part.
Oh.
What situation would happen that starts the show?
Like the inciting incident.
I don't know if Seinfeld has one. I think,
You know what's funny? John, shout out, Dean Bell. But he was always like, "Oh, the thing about sitcoms is a lot of the times the inciting incident happens in like the intro of the show."
yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just like, I guess you have to figure out like what the show would be out of, like how, but I don't know. What would that be then? What starts it? Maybe like the main character realizes that he doesn't want to do what his parents like told him to do. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Oh shit. There we go. That's why you're the writer.
You're the writer too.
Or no, I think it's a great idea.
I'm glad. I'm glad. And then completely does a 180. You know what I mean? Drops
Well, how
everything and
about this? I think stockbroking. I think that world, because look, I have again.
well, maybe not stockbroking, but something else. Because could you imagine like your dad being like, I want you to be a stockbroker. But I know exactly what you're talking. I know what you're talking about, like
I think
businessy.
that's a boring life. I think, and look, I have a close friend who's in
Man,
finance.
they got money.
They got
Can't
money,
have money.
but you're also, and I guess I feel the same way to people. Like again, we have a close friend uh,
Mm.
who has expressed more discretion at being mentioned in life. But I'll send it in chat.
Okay, sure.
Uh,
Oh, really? Okay, cool.
he's in
Hmm.
computer science, and I,
Yeah, yeah.
no offense to to him,
Hmm.
yeah, I think it's kind of boring. But and not just
Yeah.
boring, but like I don't know if you're with it. But maybe he is. Maybe maybe we'll see. We're gonna work. I would want to avoid someone who is just rich or wealthy or who's well off in the show. I don't think that speaks to our just either our generation
Hmm.
or I guess what our friends are going through. I don't know. I mean, none of my friends, I would say, a
Hmm.
lot of my close friends are not well off right now.
Hmm. Hmm.
And to I don't know. I just wouldn't want to work with a character or characters who are well off because I like that again. I think that's what I want to like avoid friends and even like Seinfeld. Those characters, to some extent, are well off. There's not that. I mean, well, I guess Costanza maybe.
Hmm.
I'm not a Seinfeld expert. Noah is. He's a Seinfeld guy.
Oh,
Actually,
really?
Redmond is too. Redmond likes Seinfeld.
Oh, I didn't know.
I
Seinfeld is
mean,
great.
Noah's obsessed with Seinfeld, but Redmond likes it very much.
Really?
Yeah. I don't
That's
know
what's up.
very much, but he's expressed like, oh, yeah, and he thinks it's funnier than Friends, which it
Hmm. Yeah,
is.
I think Seinfeld. Yeah, it is. It is.
The
I agree.
craftier show. Friends
Hmm.
is comfort food.
I'm not even a huge fan of Friends
No,
myself, though.
I love. I mean, Friends is I love Friends, and my model is I want to create a show that gives people that same level of comfort.
Hmm.
Same with again. I think The Office is the best of both worlds because I think it has the comfort of Friends with the humor of Seinfeld.
Hmm.
I actually think Drake and Josh come close too in terms of mixing the two.
No, you can't. Yeah. Oh.
I mean, the reason why I liked Friends was it felt like adult Drake and Josh. I get the same broad sense of humor.
Hmm.
Um. So yeah. Okay. So a dude. I guess so. A dude goes from decides
Hmm.
to go from the boring world to the fun world. I guess
Hmm.
that could be one.
Boring worlds of fun.
He hits up all his fuck up former friends who live in New York
Hmm.
and gets to know them again. That could be something.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, let's go back to the character list. I mean, yeah, there's that too. A group of friends from high school getting back in touch, I guess, and all moving in together to survive. I mean, I know Tyler mentioned that once.
What?
All of us living together. Oh, you and your yeah, you guys all lived together once.
We did. Yeah.
Well, it's the all right, so group of friends
In college, but
from college moving in together again after 3 years. But I like high school more because there's just a bigger gap,
Hmm.
you know?
All went to different colleges,
Right.
different parts of the country.
Yeah. So different colleges. Hold on. Let's okay, different from all across the country.
Hmm.
Um and now they're back in town again. And yeah, now they're living together. And one is in a band, and that way we can include our college friends. Yeah, it's a plot. It's a plot. I was having a very hard time coming up with a plot for this. Like I had the idea for a while, but I could just never. No plot would enter my mind. Like nothing. Same thing happened with the animated TV show I want to work on with you and Una and Andy.
The what TV show?
The animated TV show that I want to
Oh
work.
yeah, okay.
Again, SpongeBob. Again, same idea. SpongeBob for adults. Or for our generation. You know. What was I gonna say? It's gone. My thought.
Your thought.
My thought. It left. What the fuck was it? Let me go back to it. Oh yeah, well, yeah, I couldn't come up with a plot for that either. Like I would think about it, I would go, I really like this, and nothing would enter my head.
Nothing would materialize.
Nothing would Nothing would, because usually you know you got something good. I mean, this is a David Lynch thing too. Like you know you got something good when you know, how do I put it? Like, you know, let me plug in my fucking. Well, I'll wait. All right, let me plug in the charger now. This is my fucking. You know, give me 1 second. It should be fast enough where I don't need another fucking story from you, Jared. Because I'll be honest, the stories are kind of fucking boring.
Which ones? Which stories?
I'm just kidding.
No, I missed it.
No, I was saying how we don't need one of your fucking boring stories. Cause
yeah, dude. So that's all I know, man.
Stories. Where the fuck should this go? Oh man. Gotta put it in. There we go. Yeah, you know I have a good idea when you think of something and then you don't think about it and then something else comes and then that's a David Lynch thing. He said how he would you know, you do that like so again, you're just living life, you get an idea, you put it away. You get another idea, put it away. As you keep living life and getting more ideas, eventually you'll have something that's worth writing about.
Yeah.
It's a very natural thing. Again, the opposite of what I and you were trained to do, which is sit down and in 2 weeks we have an idea for a show. Like you have something worth pitching. Very, you know, again, I kind of grew out of doing that. But again, my training's in it and there's a sense of fun working in Hollywood, so that's what we're doing right now. Anyway, we kind of just, I guess, cracked it to some degree.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just had an idea. I was talking to Paloma recently.
Oh, really?
Yeah. She'd be, huh?
How is she? It's fine. Some weird. Okay, that's no biggie.
She's going through some
stuff.
A little bit, but overall, I'd say she's fine. It's more mental health than anything like.
Yeah, of course. You know.
Yeah, it's more off-air discussion, but
I got you.
Okay. Hopefully, she doesn't mind that. Tyler does porn now.
Tyler?
Yeah, he does porn.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice segue.
I wonder how much uncomfortability I can include in this stuff before it's like, you know.
No, I know what you mean.
Yeah. So, where I keep losing it. Paloma. Well, yeah, because she's sort of like depressing and has a depressing worldview, and it's like, oh, that'd be interesting to showcase
Mhm.
character with depressing worldview, and struggling with that.
Mhm.
Well, another thing I want to mention before we go further down into the plot,
Mhm.
it's that struggle with I guess, I mean, it's a very basic concept, but with quote unquote hope, I guess,
Mhm.
even as simple as just,
Yeah.
will I have a happy, fulfilling life?
Will I have a happy what life?
Happy, fulfilling life.
Oh, fulfilling life. Yeah.
Let's chill the country most. Yeah. Um, yeah, and like I guess that's almost the fundamental question of the show
Mhm.
to some degree. Should I have hope for a
Mhm.
happy, fulfilling life in the times we are in? And what's it called? Some characters think yes.
Mhm.
Some
When
think
characters what?
some characters think yes. Some characters
Characters think
think
yes. Other
no.
characters, yeah. Mhm.
Think no. Um, and yeah, so that's the thing.
Mhm.
Oh God.
What else?
Well, yeah. So let's look at again
That's okay.
what a pitch looks like for a show. Again, it's name, what its format it is, log line. So I guess
Mhm.
you could put a group of people in their mid-20s try to live happy lives
Mhm.
in New York City.
Mhm.
Um, my pitch is, I guess, yeah,
Mhm.
giving the world happier, giving their own version of Friends, The
Mhm.
Office, and even older programs. Yeah, it's
Like,
funny. TV used to be called programs, and movies used to be called
yeah.
pictures.
Isn't that weird? Yeah.
Yeah.
Outdated, I guess now. Motion picture.
And Scorsese complains, and now it's all called content.
And also, yeah, I see what he
It's
means by
like,
that though.
yeah,
Yeah, content creator.
we're creating great content, like a fucking like Coca Cola, like a product.
Mhm.
Which I mean, again, it's a debate of commerce versus art and film, which only exists because you need so much fucking money to make a movie. You don't need money to make a book.
Mhm.
You don't need that much money to make a painting or a play, rather. You don't need money to make a painting, but
Mhm.
movies, cha-ching. You need the moolah.
About the
Uh,
nah.
all in the family, etc., etc.
Mhm.
And even on the programs like I Love Lucy and All in the Family. Setting mid 1990s. No, mid.
One in the mid 90s.
I know Friends is set in there. That's why.
Oh, okay, wait. So mid 20s. Yeah.
City, depressing place, kinda expensive. Everyone's
Expensive as all hell.
yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, um, um, well, I just had an idea. Let's put it in the ideas pile.
Mm.
Yeah, so I guess we start. Yeah, because I'm thinking again. I'm trained. I'm trained to be more of a movie guy. That's my
Mhm.
training is in movies. I've always watched more movies than shows, which is funny because my dream in purchase was to be a TV writer.
Yeah.
Like I wanted, like I mean, you told me I wanted to make an animated comic book,
Right. Right. Right.
an animated television show. Again, that's
Mhm.
part of why it's like, oh well, if I could bring into Hollywood as just any writer,
Mhm.
maybe one day they let me do my thing. Which
That's yeah. But one day down the line, I suppose.
yeah, and it's like again, it's like the process of doing that. I don't think I'd enjoy that much.
Mhm.
That's another topic of discussion. But yeah, if you want to bring it to Hollywood again, sitcoms, crime shows, horror. You know,
Hmm.
but yeah, so I'm thinking like, all right, so we meet our dude in finance.
Yeah.
Like is he
Hmm.
dating someone? Oh,
Um.
you
What?
get well. What do you think? What do you think?
No, what were you gonna say?
I think yeah, and he just breaks up with them.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. That makes sense. Also, I see what's it called? An MP4 thing that says I see my name there, right behind the. You see that?
Oh yeah, where
No. Right, oh, okay. I said two. Okay, I got it.
oh yeah, it was there.
Right, okay, I got it. Never mind. Never mind. Anyways,
I pulled the
so.
one. Yeah, I pulled the one where you were talking about rap and Chance
Mhm.
the Rapper and
Right. Okay, but I was like, oh, I'm curious. But
yeah,
anyways, okay, so you just broke up with his girlfriend, yeah.
gets in contact
Mhm.
with his old high school friends he hasn't
Mhm.
seen in years. Uh, yeah, I mean, again, because another topic big in my life is reaching out to old friends lately.
Yeah.
That's been a big one. He hasn't seen in years. They hang out, catch up,
Mhm.
and decide to live together again in NYC and try to just make it by. Um,
Mhm.
yeah, I guess. Well, again, the obvious, again, the screenwriter question is what motivates this dude to leave finance.
To refinance. Hmm. Well, sometimes just not wanting to do, just like, just the money, I don't know, just like, not, he never really wanted to do it in the first place, right?
Right.
Mm. That could be the type of thing that's motivating enough. Hmm.
I mean, and first, there's so Pink Floyd has an amazing. I mean, Dark Side of the Moon is obviously incredible. The impetus for the album,
Mhm.
or at least time, was Roger Waters realizing that he's old enough now where life has already begun. He's not waiting for it to begin. He's in it.
Yeah.
And I thought that was incredible. I mean, maybe character detail.
That is a good point, though.
He reads that and goes, "Motherfucker, I'm gonna
Mhm.
be in music."
Mhm.
Maybe it's time. Maybe our character's based on Tyler.
Yeah. Okay.
I talk to him a lot, so
Mhm.
this is the second
Mhm.
thing in a row that's I'm using him as the basis.
That's so funny. Do you think like that he's probably gonna be like, oh man.
No, not again. Not again.
Oh again.
What I got for being friends with Paul Hody.
Forever.
Uh maybe our character's based on Tyler. Just knowing me, just knowing my own philosophical debates
Hmm.
with Sheik.
Yes.
Maybe that's the thing.
Hmm.
What's the right way to live at this age? Since maybe Tyler is more put together.
Hmm.
Uh, Besides, that's about it. Does he reach out, or do they reach out to him?
That's a good question. I don't know. I feel like I could see it going either way. Maybe maybe he reaches out, like maybe after like a day of doing whatever it is he does,
Yeah,
scrolling on the
does he reach
gram,
out? Does
seeing a friend like doing something.
yeah, because
Just
it's more
showing
active.
it. Oh
Yeah,
snap, that's really cool. Yeah.
yeah, he does reach out. Hmm. So what's funny is Friends avoided this. I don't know how Seinfeld does. I don't know the pilot that well.
Yeah.
And I don't want to look at it just right yet, but I know Friends. Well, okay, so The Office
Yeah.
just starts recording, and the whole thing is like, yeah, so we decided to. Well, I don't know why it just the British accent, let alone probably a crappy one, but it's like yeah, the impetus is the starting point is the show is you know, The Office is now being recorded.
Yeah.
So that gives the natural start. Drake and Josh, you know, Drake and Josh
Drake and Joel, what?
parents, the parents married. Which is, again, it's funny how like almost that's kind of again if you know, which I know not a lot of our generation does, but Noah does, and he introduced me to this sort of stuff. A lot of old school like opera comedies, or I think the term is opera buffet, that has like it's like two families married, now they got to put up with each other. I think it's called Comedy of Manners. I think it's.
What about what thing was like that? Cheaper by the Dozen?
Yeah.
Another one.
Yeah, just a marriage of two families causing some problem. I think Shakespeare had the comedies like that, to my knowledge. Stuff like that. And stuff like that. Again, Friends, Rachel leaves the altar, but we start the show not with her, but with the 5 friends in the cafe. Well, actually, 4. Again, it's funny because yeah, I looked it up. Ross apparently has the most screen time on Friends, and he is essentially the main character, more or less.
Okay. Ross is David Schwimmer, is that him?
David Schwimmer's character, yeah. Okay, and so we're following basically. Again, it is really an ensemble. Like it does an amazing job. Like, again, I think it's pretty impressive. Because again, none of our I remember what's his fucking name? He was in your movie. He played the nerdy dude. Well, they're all nerdy, which is really
fun. John?
His name is John, right?
Arrow?
Huh?
John?
He's got black hair.
Did he play the dude with the champagne?
Yeah. Well, I was like, his name's really John. Is that basic?
Yeah.
But it is. I called it because I know.
Okay, Paul.
All right. Well, Jared's a bit better, though. Of course.
No, not really. I guess I suppose so. Not super uncommon, but also like people always think Jerry. Let me say it.
We joked about that already, right? How miserable it would be to get Jared the pedophile before he was fat versus after.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. We did talk about that.
Or it's like, yeah, if you were gonna, for God help you, you know, God bless, you know, everything, you know, all the support.
Oh my God.
But if you had to choose, I'm sure the people who got fat Jared are like, God damn it, he got you when he was fat. It was miserable for me.
It's so horrible. That's true. I guess yeah, was that on the podcast or we just talk about
I
that
think I
one?
was off the air, but now it's on the
Now
podcast.
it's on
It
there.
is a
But what does that have to
fucking
do with John again?
basic names. You're Jared, I'm Paul, that's basic.
Right, 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 right,
John,
right.
he's
Mm-hmm.
we were talking, me and him,
Mm-hmm.
he hates Friends. And I was like, I like Friends. And he was like, oh well, um, yeah, it's always a bit awkward when it's like, I fucking such a piece of shit thing. I
Yeah.
like that piece of shit thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, whereas but he could have been like, I guess who's the piece of shit here then? I think it's you.
It's, he said it's you. You called him shitty.
No, I'm just imagine hypothetically. It's like when you're in that situation, it's like yeah, I think that's such a piece of shit
Oh
thing.
yeah. I try not. Yeah, that's why when.
I like
No,
that.
that's why I try not to. If I hate it, I'm not. I'm not like. But yeah, I'm always down to like listen to what somebody has to say too about like, oh,
Right.
this is what I think about it. But yeah, Friends, like I'm not. I don't really like. I don't know. I just never. I don't think it's that funny in my opinion.
I get it. Well, fuck,
But to be, what's it called? Fair. Like I get why people like it. You know what I mean?
right.
I'm not gonna be like. There are a lot of people that are just like, yo, I made a joke once. There was like because it was there was there's like one of those like meme. So it's just like it's like a meme template. There's not even a template, but it's like people that are smart watch Rick and Morty, and people that are dumb watch Friends. But there was one, and there's another one. There was like a graph, and in the corners there's like a show about smart people for dumb people, a show about dumb people for smart people, and then there was a show for dumb people about smart people. And then there's a show about stupid people for smart people. I'm trying to remember. I know Arrested Development. What's one of them? I think I think Arrested Development was like a show about dumb people for smart people. And then I forget. But anyways, and then I know The Big Bang Theory was a show about smart people for dumb people. But that's just obviously just if you like what you like, you know what I mean? It doesn't make you smarter or dumber or whatever. But yeah, I don't know. That was just fun. That was my mind.
I think Arrested Development and Community. I haven't watched just those shows. I mean, even Rick and Morty. I'd say, well, yeah, those are all. Well, two are Dan Harmon, and one is, I mean, it's Arrested Development. I forgot who created that.
I know who directed it. Freaking the narrator, but he's a
Ron
famous
Howard's the
Ron Howard.
narrator,
There you go.
but I don't
Yeah,
know if he directs it.
yeah. No, he directs it, but I don't know if did he create it.
Did he? I'm avoiding the fact check right now.
Okay, that's fair. That's
You
fair.
fact check. You see the fact.
I'll
Is
do
that
it. No,
Devin? I hear someone in the background. Is that Devin?
that's Andy.
Dandy. Bring him in.
Yeah. Huh?
Bring him in. Bring him on. Let's go.
Yeah. No, he's on the phone right now.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
that's all right.
What do you think?
I'll
What
let
do
you
you
know.
think he's better than us?
I'll let him know that you said hello.
What do you think I can?
And narrated by Ron Howard.
Well, who
But
created it?
let me see. Yeah, I'm about to get it on there right now. It's created by Mitchell Hurwitz. All right, Mitchell.
Yeah.
Hilarious, man. I love that show. So.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say those, especially those two, Arrested Development and Community, are like the peak of what television comedy. I guess Curb Your Enthusiasm too, but
Mhm.
that's just peak comedy TV. That's worth studying if you want to do this, and I haven't done that.
Mhm.
I guess I don't know, because I guess I kind of feel like if I watch it, I'll just go, yeah, I know what you're doing here. I know what you're. I mean, it's very arrogant, but
Mhm.
I don't think I'm wrong.
Mhm.
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it's a great show and it's entertaining, but I don't think I'd be learning anything new by watching either of the pilots.
Yeah, I feel that.
Same with anime, even at because I know and Sheik loves that stuff, but it's like when I do it as a social activity, but
Mhm.
it's hard to get me to sit down with something where it's like it's not something that I know is I guess either acclaimed or just different, especially from what's being produced in Hollywood now. I don't know. But
Mhm.
I mean, I think is also at the root of my whole writing dilemma with Hollywood. It's like I feel like I get it, and once you
Yeah.
get it, it's hard to learn anything. Like Yeah, I'm just doing the same shit I've been doing for 40 years, man. It's, you know,
Mm-hmm.
that might be naturally boring to me in a way. But again, for the purpose, I would, I'm sure they're worth studying. It's Friends is a great crafted show though. Aside from those shows,
Yeah, I feel that.
actually, no, we might end because I mean, what time do you want to end?
Hmm. Well, we're getting close to okay.
Yeah, I'd say what 5:50.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
Because I guess we could end the show because I'm sorry I am a bit spent creatively,
Yeah.
so it might be cool.
No worries. I feel you. I'm kind of a bit spent too. So maybe we can do like five. See what we can do like 5:45. How does that sound?
Perfect, even better.
Okay.
So but yeah, Friends. You meet Ross. You meet Chandler.
Yeah.
Why am I blanking on these fucking names?
Monica.
Phoebe, Monica.
See, that's funny. It's funny because like I don't even watch Friends, but like you know the names. You
You
know.
know the name again. It's like, and I think that's
I don't
interesting,
know who's who,
right?
but I know the names.
Joey. Yeah, it's interesting that again it says
Joey.
that public stamp, like, oh, you know the show even if you don't watch it. I think again that's an interesting place to be as a
Mm-hmm.
creator. I think
Mm-hmm.
to be the
What's
guy
your,
to be the person, part of the team who did that.
hmm
Um, Phoebe, Monica, and then yeah, so Rachel walks in.
Yeah.
You meet her,
Mm-hmm.
and then um, and then Ross walks in.
Yeah.
And that kind of thing. Oh, unless it might be reversed actually. I think Ross walks in, then Rachel does. And again, the
Mhm.
inciting, because the main plot line you follow for 10 seasons is, well, Ross and Rachel get together, that kind of thing.
Mhm.
Which I guess, look, I mean, if we're gonna copy sitcoms, it's like, do we do that? Do we have that will they won't they, or do you want to avoid that?
Do I want to avoid what? Can you say it one more time? Do I want to avoid what?
Should we avoid the romantic plot of will they won't they? Oh, God, it's so easy, dude. Because guess what? One of the friend group
Mm-hmm.
is a lady.
Mm-hmm.
To quote Bill Bratzow, he's lady, says it like that. Is a lady, and their exes from high school. Their ex, the main
Oh, yeah.
character. And again, is it like? But is that
Like,
too?
oh, how they
Like, what do
get
you
back
think? Is that too
together?
obvious? Like, what do you think?
But that no, that's I think that's interesting too, because like you said, like they like they went to they all went to high school together, and then now they're not, and they all grow. So now it's like, oh, they're different now. Like
Right.
maybe it could happen. But I think so. That's why I think that could be interesting.
Okay. What's it called? As a lady, they're different now. And then in the new friend group, again, this is the term is Betty and Veronica in again
Mhm.
writing circles. I forget where it comes from. I think it's from the comic Archer, where
Archie.
Archie,
Yeah.
he doesn't know if he likes Betty or Veronica more. Again, the literally Avengers ripped on that with Tony Stark's armor.
Mm-hmm.
One his AI is called Betty, I think, or something like that, and his armor is called Veronica, like the Hulk
Mm-hmm.
Buster armor thing.
Oh yeah.
I think it's something like that, some shit. And yeah, so in the new friend group,
Mm-hmm.
there is another lady, and she's very different.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe one day the old ex returns, or so, I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
something. Of course, we have Tyler's parents. I'm trying to think. There was another thought I had.
Maybe
Oh well, yeah, huh?
no, what were you saying?
Oh, what were you gonna say?
I wasn't gonna say I don't think it was gonna be it's nothing but I really want to hear what you have to say.
I want to hear what you have to say.
All right, fair enough. I guess I was just gonna say like maybe Like, because then this is him like moving like after like a job that he doesn't really want anymore.
Yeah.
So it's like the whole like job search thing, you
Oh
know?
shit, that's episode 2.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like maybe he's just like, oh, like I haven't worked, or like maybe he's like for the time being he's on like a restaurant job or something that he hasn't done in a while,
Right.
you know?
Um. All right. Job search is episode 2. Hasn't done it in a while. Not want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was gonna say too. This is really a project that would sing with 6 other writers with us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point because everybody, yeah, 100%. Everybody else would say something. You're like, oh, totally, and then like,
Well,
mhm.
technically,
What,
that'd be a really fun podcast to do
what?
if we
Oh
get
yeah, Sitcom.
6 other writers.
Mm-hmm. You don't you think it would be a little chaotic?
Oh yeah, it's the fun of it.
Okay. I can do that.
Um, we come up with a little pitch, we
Mm-hmm.
give it to the group, and then we say, what do you think? What do you guys think?
Yeah, and then bang.
Who would it? Well, Mia. I'm trying to think of writers. Una, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
Devin. Be a bitch to schedule.
Yeah,
Like fucking, Actually, I'll hold on. Because I know that I heard Breaking Bad had like 8 writers.
mm-hmm.
And they need 2 others.
Mm-hmm. 2 others. Maybe like um, oh, who was in there like a senior seminar?
Oh,
Junior seminar,
Louisa might be interested.
yeah,
One
or
more.
like and I'm trying to think of who else would be
Oh, Ian.
Philance.
Yeah.
Oh wow, maybe. Yeah.
I don't know if he'd do it, but Redmond and Greta.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all those guys. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I don't think he would, but
No, but okay, I see what you're saying.
I mean, I guess it's a fucking start. But even just Una, Andy, and Devin would be kind of cool, and Mia. That's 4.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, fine. I just realized that just now. Because yeah, again, this would be that's the fun of TV is you are. That's actually that's the main appeal of working in TV is like you're writing with 7 other
Mm-hmm.
people. That's exactly the fun of it, I think.
Yeah, no, I feel that just kind of like the collabing effort that goes into it.
Yeah. Versus you and your Heidi hole writing a script for 3 months in the feature film world.
Exactly.
Shit. I was gonna say on the family arc. I was just gonna on the family archetypes. I love Lucy types. Yeah, well, I guess the structure of the show is basically, at least with the pilot,
Yeah.
job sucks, girlfriend sort of
Girlfriend
sucks.
leaves or they got broken up.
Huh?
Moves to different area.
Well, he meets old friends again.
Yeah. Oh.
It's changed his life.
Mm-hmm.
Moves in with old friends. And there you go. It's a pilot.
Yeah. Bam. All right.
Yeah, finally we completed something.
Yeah. Cool.
Like
All right.
on air.
How do you think that?
Actually, honestly, that's probably a really good place to end it. Because I was gonna look at like pilots for like just the outlines of a few, but
no, I agree. That's it.
fuck it.
Nice.
Word. Oh, I gotta do this. You ready for something really unnatural? Oh fuck.
Okay.
Hold on. Where is it? Let me. Jared, give me one more story. I gotta get my phone charger really quick.
Sure.
End
Okay.
the podcast with something fun. I'll learn it in editing.
Oh my god. Okay. Let's hear it. What's something fun? All right. Dang, bro, something fun. Let's see. Ooh. All right. One time. Dang, I'm really trying to think of like a fun, just like I wish I had more time. Maybe. hmm, Oh man. Sometimes uh I go like and play tennis, and one time I was playing at this park, it's somewhere in Brooklyn, and we were playing, and I heard like gunshots. And so I went and asked my friend, I was like, "Oh, did you hear those? The gunshots in there?" And she's like, "Yeah, I saw it." She saw somebody like go over the top of the car, like outside of the window, and then like shoot at someone. So yeah, but I won the set I was playing, so 6-2. Anyways, yeah,
There you go. Let me see
yeah,
if
I
I
know.
because my phone's at 1% is why. And I'm
Hmm.
about to do a very unnatural. Ready? Watch this. Because I know the opening music. It's not. I haven't been using the James Brown thing. I know I said I would, but I didn't.
No, no, that's not where it is there.
Because instead, we got our old friend. Who is this? It's all instrumental.
It's Bonobo?
Bonobo closes us out and opened.
Oh, nice.
And since
Okay.
I don't know how to edit,
Hmm.
it's
Nice.
a whole story. I explained this to Billy too. It makes editing annoying.
Hmm.
But this is playing us out.
All right,
Garrett,
Bonobo. Yes.
it's been fun. I'll call you probably right back to talk a little bit more. But
Okay. Yeah. Well, I was
the
actually gonna.
writer's room
Yeah.
is concluded. Huh?
I was gonna like run. I was gonna get maybe gonna run and grab shower and like grab food, but we,
Well,
we
I'll just I'll end the meeting, or I'll pause the recording or whatever.
yeah, we'll,
We'll
we'll,
figure it out.
we'll figure it out.
That's it, huh?
I said we'll figure it out. You're right.
Thanks for tuning in, whoever tuned in, and next
See you
time.
later, man.
Have a good night.
Yeah, you too.
Go Bengals.
Go, yeah, go Bengals.
Go Bengals.
Go Bengals. Go Rams.
Go
I want
Bengals.
everybody to win.
I feel like
I want
everyone
everybody to
wins. Everyone gets a car. You get a car.
You get a
You get a
car.
trophy. You get a
Everybody
trophy.
gets you.
Have a good night.
Yeah.